Hello everyone, Limbo Part 7. This video will see us finishing up the main part of the game. Like I'd said previously, Part 8 will have a nice little bonus to show the secret area that you don't get to see the first time through. So this video shows all the main good shit. So, and yeah, I think I had misspoken actually. I think that the middle to end of last video was the first time we saw the machine guns, I think.
Well, we're seeing dumb again, baby!
Oh, I know, I'm wrong a lot of times.
You know what's really weird?
What's up?
If this is the end of the game, then the playthrough I watched at Tobuscus played 99% of the game, and then he just didn't show the ending. Because I don't recall an ending, but I recall even as far as this being shown.
Yeah, if you remember seeing this part, then yeah, he got super damn far. It's
he just says like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not gonna show the ending or anything."
You know, he probably like stopped like at the end at the last puzzle or something like that, knowing his luck.
Really weird.
Admittedly, the game does really ramp up the difficulty with the puzzles, quite suddenly, and like they're very highly clustered together. So the end of the game kind of sneaks up on you because so many puzzles are in such quick succession, you honestly don't... It's like your brain is in puzzle mode so much that when the ending finally happens, you think, oh shit, is this part of the puzzle? What's going on?
Do you go through puzzle withdrawal?
A little. I'm actually shaking a little bit right now. I have to wear a puzzle patch to, you know, keep my levels down. I'm jonesing hard, man.
I need my puzzle fix! You fucking give me that puzzle! I'll suck your dick for a puzzle!
Roid rage. And speaking of... Well, actually, no, I don't have a good transition for sucking dick for puzzles, but there is a good box here that we need to float on the way across here. Using gravity as science intends. There we go. This block will aid us in our ventures. We can't push it any further than this, but no worry, there's another anti-gravity field on the other side that we'll use.
That's always good.
And more butterflies.
Anti-gravity in convenient places.
Yeah, because if we flip it on here, it doesn't do shit, unfortunately. I don't know if you can quite hear it, but the box stays put. So it's the other one that's
happen if anti-gravity occurred in a metropolitan city?
That would be terrifying. And hilarious. Mostly terrifying.
As long as it wasn't my city.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it was a...
And in recent news, all of New York has flown away into the sky and now and into the stratosphere. They are suspected to be roaming about somewhere above the planet.
That is some kind of living
efforts to bring them down have failed.
Following
we are
up
mourning their loss.
Following up continuously is not something I ever want to experience. In fact, I think I die from that a couple times in this game, although I don't know if I ever show it in these videos. But yeah, that's a living hell I'd rather not experience. But hey, boxes and butterflies. That's what it's all about. And still more tree houses in the background, even though this one too is upside down.
Plot development and story in the last part, and I didn't see any. I saw a little person, and then that was it.
I said yes. That was one of the very few, in fact, arguably the only real plot point of the game.
And yet,
even that,
how can it be a plot point if it's not explained?
It'll be explained.
Then this is the part with the plot point.
It'll kind of be explained.
Then you're crazy, sir.
This game is crazy, man. That's how it goes.
I was just watching Game Grumps play a game called... Not Game Grumps, I think it's the new one, Steam Train. They were playing a game called There's No Time to Explain.
Yeah. That game
and it's even worse than this one. It just starts, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know, I'm shooting things.
Yeah, that game is batshit crazy, in a good way. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Oddly enough, this was actually something I didn't notice ever, but you can't quite see it in this view here, but just to the left is a tree house. The tree itself is upside down, so it's sprouting out of the ceiling. That's pretty fucking bonkers, actually.
That's funny.
So these little things you notice, but still more right side up trees. So we're not.
You find out in the end that we were actually in the movie Osmosis Jones, and we're actually inside one of the humans, and this is what the insides of you looks like at a molecular level.
Oh, no wonder I'm so fucked up. Now, this is the puzzle that I'd hinted at last video where I said this video stumps a lot of people because it's fucking weird. And I got so frustrated my first playthrough that I had to look up the solution because it's just so fucking weird. It's a matter of timing between this anti-gravity field and this magnet field. They are different. When you flip on the magnet field, things stay put accordingly, but one supersedes the other.
Yeah.
And it depends on the order in which you place them, and it also depends on the timing. And the timing is the key for this puzzle, because god damn, it's tricky. What we need to do...
No, don't go up there and get crushed.
Right. Well, luckily we're safe for now. That one up there, we need that to stay up, but we need this one to come down. So we need a way to have them staggered in that sense that one's up and one's down.
Oh.
And it is.
That's thinking with your ass.
I used every ounce of my thinking when I first played this, and I still couldn't figure it out. So it's a weird ass puzzle. And in other videos I've seen,
in essence, it doesn't seem very complicated in that there's only 2 buttons and those are the only 2 things you could do. Period.
Right.
There's really only 3 combinations.
Right. Well, but it's the timing though. That's the key part. And I actually have the volume turned down.
That didn't supersede anything.
You're right. It did not. Because when we turned that
you just
off...
wanted to use the word supersede.
Well, but in conjunction with the timing, all 3 of those variables need to come into play. When we flip that off, the magnet field keeps it where it's in place. And when we flip this off, both of them will drop. So, what we need to do is flip this off and reset the whole thing.
No, don't flip it off. That's rude.
There we go. And there's a timing, a very small difference in time where one lands the other one.
Levels.
So what you need to do is flip that on, and then flip this one on, but then flip it off very shortly after. But not too shortly and not too long. There we go. That should do it. Because that one hits the ceiling before that one does. And as a result, that one stays put after you disengage the field. But before that one does. So, again, timing is that puzzle. And god damn, that puzzle's fucking weird. I think in this video, as I'm recording, I'm thinking to myself, "Holy shit, I fucking did it!" I'm
and wasting
marveling.
precious time.
I'm marveling at the fact that I didn't have to speed up anything. So I'm admiring what the fuck just happened and taking it all in because there aren't many chances when I get to gloat like this. So god damn it, everything.
I think you just owed all over the place.
I need new pants right now, but that's to be expected. I wasn't wearing my gaming pants clearly. And speaking of new pants,
he was cleaning up after that puzzle.
Yeah, that's why there was a delay. I had to go get new change clothes, get a glass of Gatorade, the usual.
Smoke a cigarette.
Smoke a cigarette, yeah. There's anything to come down from it. But anyway, so we've got
this thing. So not getting there.
We can't quite reach that in time, but we know how to summon it to us. So momentum.
I summon thee, piece of rope.
And not quite. Momentum is definitely key on this one, but it's gotta do better than that. So momentum and timing is yet again another factor.
Got the dingly dangle.
The dingly dangle. Could not have said it better myself.
Grab onto that very thick, flaccid rope and just hang on to it, and don't pull and tug too hard until you get to where you're going.
Also, nails and spikes on that wall for no reason.
Hey, that's not sexy.
Well, depends on who you talk to. And shit! Yeah. This is another one that took, I don't know how many deaths before I finally figured out that arrow, that's an actual switch, but you can't see that yet, because it looks like there's ropes that you can jump on. I mean, it's such a tease.
I'm gonna wait to see the exact point where Tobuscus stopped making videos. I'm gonna tell the audience exactly the point where Tobuscus quit the game. And I have a feeling it'll be on the last puzzle.
It probably is, because we are getting super close to the end of the game.
I'm just so curious as to where it is.
For those who were wondering why,
legs, by the way.
For those who were wondering why, I crouched down like that, it's because your controls get altered by the gravity as well. So when I did the jump button, it went down instead. So there we go. Now I finally get that timing down. So yeah, this part of the game is.
Hey. H is for.
Hotel, probably. If I had to guess.
You grant success.
Yes, that was the secondary.
Huge ant success.
And here we go again with more jumping timing puzzles. That one's a little bit more doable though. And yet again, going down into the depths of some unknown abyss and a gigantic O. Because
hotel.
Yep.
Are we on Park Place?
This one seems even larger than the previous one, oddly enough. Although I guess it's hard to say for sure.
I'll trade you Boardwalk for Kentucky and Indiana and $300.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's a sweet deal. Also, now we have.
You know what we should do? Oh my god, we're doing it. Pogo, the site Pogo, they have Monopoly.
Yeah.
We are so gonna play Monopoly at some point. We get 4 people play Monopoly, and that'll be one of our playthroughs.
Well,
there's nothing about this channel that ever said we have to restrict ourselves just to, like strict playthroughs of game games.
Right.
And I mean, I'm already recording 200 freaking plus part thing. That'll be fun to do a commentary over.
Oh man.
But I so want to do that. We should play Monopoly.
I'd be down for it. We would have to edit the shit out of it to keep it entertaining, but
yeah, I mean, we don't even need audio for it. We can use our mics and shit. Because I mean, I'll add jazz music. All it ever has is like random music.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have that live commentary. I'll do it in Skype and shit.
But anyway, this area here is the first time we see anti-gravity switches that run on a timer, and now that puzzle that switch we hit just a little bit earlier is now a recurring timing anti-gravity switch. So that way the gravity switch.
Or the big words are just invading your brain, aren't they?
Well, it's an interesting concept because the anti-gravity just switches on and off at will, which is all sorts of...
You know what's great about the human race? I'm Mr. Fact Guy, yeah. I'm Mr. Observation, by the way. You know what's great about the human race? You can go 600 years ago where people are like, just their normal speech is like, you know, awesome. I'm farming shit all day, and I'm gonna eat my corn, and that's as much as I know about the world. And now we're like, so you know what's great about this anti-gravity, emergency propulsion system? You know, you take the modules, and we just have all this technical shit, and it comes just as easy as knowing all about shit and corn, you know, in the past.
I don't know, Shakespeare is pretty ahead of his time for getting...
You know what I mean? Like the knowledge base. It's interesting that, you know, development-wise, as civilization develops, the knowledge that we have integrates itself into society as opposed to, you know, needing to learn the bulk of it all at once as if you had to learn the basics, then the new stuff, then the newer stuff. You know, like, once we know about, let's say, computers, you could teach computers. But then once we know about microchips, right? You could teach computers and microchips instead of just teaching computers. You know, like the road to information gets bypassed in society.
Well, like, definitely. I hate to interrupt you.
Talking about, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hate to interrupt you here, but this right here is the end of the game.
Okay. This is like where. This is definitely where he did not do this. So he literally stopped at the very end of the game.
He must have known.
What the hell?
He must have known that it was the end, and he didn't want to spoil it, maybe. I don't know.
Weird.
That's the only justification I can imagine.
And in the game, you die in a bloody, pulpy, massive explosion in the ground.
Well, it's hard to say if he's dead. I mean, he went through what looked to be a solid wall, but it turned out to be some either glass or some sort of breakable substance. I don't know. It's hard to say what it was. And when you push against it, it looks just like a normal wall. The only hint that there might be something beyond it is like very faint signs of light.
And the end of the game is it was a play all along. Mario 3 reference.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mario 3. Yeah, the curtains rise and the actors take a bow.
Mario's so funny. You know, another thing that's great about games is you have like the first game, the first Mario, or the first Zelda, and then the second one, and then comes out, and people are like, they fucking changed the whole formula of the world of this game. And I'm like, and when I think back, I'm like,
nope,
you know, there was only one game before that, right? Like, there was one, and there was another one. That's not changing the whole game. That's just a new idea. But look, Mario also, they did like the first game, and then it was a dream, and then it was a play.
I don't want to interrupt, but there's still more to the game. We're
oh, you're moving more now.
Yes, we're alive. Actually, we did survive that smashing through something.
Oh, I hate to interrupt the constant dialogue and sound effects and music.
Well, there's an important point here. Because, well, for one thing, I no longer have control over.
Let's watch.
Because yes, there's the I'm pretty sure it's a girl. I think we can.
Well, you weren't even sure that this kid is a kid.
Well, no, I'm sure that he's a kid. I wasn't sure how old the other people were.
I'm pretty sure they were kids too. Everyone in this game is a kid.
But yes, we found
this girl looks like 5.
And that's the end.
So obviously we're supposed to assume that's his sister. He's been looking for his sister the whole time.
Well, sister or friend or some sort of family member. It's hard to say.
Or something more.
Maybe like a young girlfriend, you know, if they're like 12 or whatever, it's hard to say.
Good old Paul Jesper Olsen.
But yes, that's the end of the game.
There's no music or anything.
No, just some very bad, like...
Then now is the time!
I'm sorry?
Hold on.
Hello? What's up? Oh, he's playing, okay. And actually I was hoping we would save that for the bonus video, because it would make more sense. But anyway, so...
No, this is the perfect time! There's credits with nothing no sound!
No, there's sound.
There's sound now!
Well, I mean, no, there's like an ambient noise in the background. It's not quite a...
You can't tell me the credit sequence is not the perfect place for this song!
I would say
Are you gonna sit there with a straight face and tell me that?
I would say the bonus video would make it more.
Yeah, but I'll be going over actual gameplay. Right now there's nothing happening.
I know, but the bonus video is a little bit more lighthearted.
You're crazy.
In any case, we see a couple things here. Since the video ended on in this same scene with the little broken ladder, there's a couple things.
I'll fade this out.
Well, there's a couple things where you can see that there's a couple piles of something, and there's some bugs and maggots flying around those two spots.
I did a manual fade out.
The most popular theory here is that the boy and the girl are both dead, and that the boy was going back to rescue the soul of the little girl or something like that to keep her out of limbo and to bring her back to the world of the realm of souls or whatever you want to call it. And them being reunited allows them to go back to whatever happy la la land. But we're back in reality and we see that where the two corpses are thought to be decomposed. So that's the reigning theory among the Limbo community. It's never been officially been confirmed, but it is at least the popular accepted theory among fans.
Oh. My theory is that this is all in Robin Williams' mind.
Any particular reason why Robin Williams and specifically?
Because he's the one I said.
Oh. Well, I don't really have a counterpoint to that, so, I mean, more power to you. Anywho, that was Limbo. Like I had said, there is one more bonus video to come that shows that little extra area that does not become available right at the get-go. So there's still a little bit more to see.
Did you have to play through the entire game again just to get to that point?
I did not actually.
There's chapters.
I just did the load chapter, yeah, exactly. Although I wouldn't mind playing through the game again, especially since it's so dang short.
I've always loved in DVDs. You know, when I first got a DVD, you know, I used to watch VHSs and you watch a movie, right? And you're like, this movie is called The Usual Suspects. That's cool. Okay, I'm watching the movie now. And then the first time I got a DVD and I go to the menu, I'm checking stuff, I'm like, oh, look at all these options. I could do stuff. I could do more than just watch the movie, right? And I go and I see chapters, right? And so they organize it. And every chapter in all the movies have names, and I was just always like, that's interesting. So you're like chapter 1, you know, the usual suspects meeting the gang. Chapter 2, you know, the guy falls in. It's just like every chapter has a name, and I'm wondering. I just always wonder, were these named during production of the film? Like they knew when chapters were, which things were considered the chapter, or when the DVD company was, you know, releasing the film, did they have to make up names for every film they ever had to release for every chapter? Did they have to make these names up themselves? I always wondered that.
It's hard to say. I think with some it probably was part of the production. Others they probably just made it up as they went. But it's pretty easy to just come up with bullshit like that on the fly anyway. So I didn't really think too much about it. I do like the chapter feature though. It definitely helps if you're trying to find a specific scene.
And that's all she said about that.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. The bonus video will be coming up next, and you can look for that soon enough. Thank you guys for watching.